Hey everyone, welcome back to this episode of Working Class Music. We're still at GearFest and we are over at the PRS booth. I'm Jason.
I'm Tia.
And this is our friend Brian. And he's going to tell us a little bit about these guitars that we're holding. As you can see, Tia finally got her hands on a Silver Sky, especially after our SE Silver Sky review. I'm really curious to hear Tia's take on this.
Just for clarity, this isn't mine.
It's not yours.
Not yet.
Not yet. And me, being the big offset guy, I can say offset, I naturally gravitated towards the Vela. Yeah, I have some thoughts on these so far from the little I've played. And we're trying something a little different. We have the Archon 50. So yeah, this is going to be a really, really fun time. We've had very little prep time for this, but the little bit that we've had, we've loved. So we have Brian. If you haven't seen him, he's in a bunch of the PRS videos. I want to say there was one that I watched. It was one of the newer SE customs that I think you did. And I was just like, I like that guitar.
That's very nice of you. Yeah, I lose track. I'm sure if it's out, I've probably played a demo on them. But hard part is that when you do the demos, you end up wanting all of them. And they put out a lot of guitars. So
they do.
My house is not that big. You picked two of my favorites.
Oh,
like Silver Sky, Vela, the 594, and honestly, the new Fiore. Mark Lettieri's guitar is out of this world. I mean, they're all great, but I mean, those all like really speak to me the most. I come mainly from the single coil world, so like out of all those, other than the 594, they're all really primarily single coil driven.
Well, let's start about these. Tell us about some of these guitars.
Yeah.
Let's start with the Silver Sky.
All right, so what Tia's holding is obviously the second iteration. Originally when Silver Sky came out, it was a rosewood fingerboard only. This came out about a year later, and really no changes other than colors and the two options, the fingerboards. They've changed a little bit of the round over on the edges of the neck shape, but same pickups, everything that's been said a million times about them, it's all proprietary. John and Paul Smith spent ages dialing it in exactly to John's specs, exactly like, and I grew up playing Strats. Like that is my home base, my comfort zone. I was really, really excited when I heard about this. From the day I did the demo of the first one, the red guitar in that first demo is still at my house. I wouldn't let it go. And that's how much I loved it, because I knew if I let go of that one, it'd take another year before I'd get one. So you said you played the SE, right?
Correct.
So the big differences between this and the SE, outside of just where it's made, SE's got a poplar body, this is alder. Sonically, honestly, to me, they sound remarkably similar. They really nailed the pickups. The JM635S pickups in that one, to me, sound so much like these. The SE has a slightly different fingerboard radius. It's a little flatter. So the SE is an 8.5. This is like a true vintage 7.25. You talk to two different people, and one's going to say, I prefer that one. Somebody prefers this one. I've gotten so used to this one, but it's subtle difference.
Oh, okay.
The guitar, I think, speaks for itself. The main thing that I notice about them is, you can play anywhere on the neck. It never gets spiky or ice picky. Like, it's bright, but it stays beautiful. It sustains like mad. But the other thing is that it's 5 beautiful sounding, useful positions. In my world, it was like position 2, position 4, and neck pickup was where I always lived.
Yeah.
I never played the middle pickup, and if I ever played the bridge pickup, it's because I swapped it out with something else,
Yeah.
And the moment I picked these up, the bridge pickup sounds amazing by itself. That middle position is like a whole new world to me now. Even with the vintage radius, you can bend anywhere on the neck, it won't fret out. They really have done I say they because I can't take any credit for building it. People always go, man, your guitars are amazing. I'm like, thanks, but I didn't really, I just noodle on them. I didn't build them. So that's Silver Sky. The Vela is probably, I would say, the least PRS out there on purpose. Like, it was to appeal, like, obviously the first offset, the plate bridge with the brass saddles, the neck pickup, the Type D pickup, which is D-arm inspired, was developed for this model. It wasn't pulled from something else. The bridge pickup did originally come from the Starla model, but again, that was, although it's a covered humbucker, it is not PAF-like at all. It's almost Filtertron-y kind of. I mean, it's chimey and bright. When you split the coil, it almost gets like lipstick pickup. It's so cool and vibey. I have one of those also. It's one of my favorite. The one you have is the satin finish standard, which is even less money because the gloss finishes take longer to build, so it's all about time as far as the cost. That's why these carved top guitars have the prices they do. They just take it's maybe like 22 hours to build this guitar of skilled labor time. This is probably somewhere around 10 or 12, or I'm guessing 12, 13.
Yeah.
But again, you picked two of my favorites. They're really inspiring, and it's rare to hear a guitar that it's got inspirations from other places, but it really is kind of its own thing. Again, no matter where you put the pickup selector, pull the coil split out, it sounds amazing in every position.
Nice. Well, I guess on to the sound?
Yeah, maybe play them a little bit.
Yeah.
And stop
On to the
my
sounds.
jibber jabber.
No,
You
no.
guys make some music with it.
Thanks again, Brian. I'm stoked to play these.
All right, yeah, it was pretty noisy in there, but I think we pulled it out. I think the demos are gonna sound pretty good on this one.
Nelson. Yeah, we got no sound files for this one.
So you're saying we have nothing?
I don't know how there's no demos. I don't know how we didn't get demos, but I guess they didn't hit the button. I don't know. There's nothing, man.
Well.
Yeah, I was gonna say final thoughts, first impression, but really this isn't a first impression. We know Tia wants one, so I'm gonna ask her anyways. Tia, what did you think?
I hated it, and I will throw it away at my house with my orange amp. No, I love it. I mean, sorry.
See, we talk with our hands.
Sorry. I'm just so excited. I love this guitar. You already know that I love this. I'm having like a Ricky Bobby moment. All right, so I want one. That's nothing new. I love it. It sounds great. It feels amazing. I typically like the skinnier Fender style necks, but with this, even with my tiny childlike hands, this is just super comfortable to play no matter where I'm at.
Since you are the channel's Silver Sky enthusiast, I want to know what your thoughts are comparing the SE, which you can't see because I'm pointing off camera, so that's the SE versus the core model.
I mean, still for the money, I'm still a firm believer that the SE is a great guitar because, it's a third of the price of this.
Yeah.
So, with that, you can't beat it, but if you have the money and you're looking for, I don't want to say a one and done PRS, but if I had my choice at one PRS, I think you can gather which one I would choose. That's really what I'm going to say. If it really came down to me, saving my money, even if I had to save for a year, this would be it for PRS.
I guess before we go, I will give my quick thoughts on the Vela.
Yeah.
I want it. I think they're probably going to be missing one. I don't know how we're going to get it on the plane just yet.
We'll just trade in Xander
we'll
for the
just trade
Vela.
Xander.
They won't notice. It's tall and white.
It's tall, white, pasty kind of. Honestly, I think it's one of the best offsets that I've played, and I don't say that lightly. I would say that gives a lot of things in its price point a good run for its money.
Oh yeah, it's one of those guitars where if you have X amount of money and you play XYZ genres and you're wanting to do something that I don't want to say stands out, but if you just want to try things from a different, if you want to go on a different path, and if you're open to trying other guitars outside of Fender and Gibson, PRS is a really, really, really good contender. I know that's nothing new.
Yeah.
That's been said for 40 years now at this point, but yeah, it's up there for a reason.
Yeah.
Even just hearing his explanation to the pickups and he was making sense as to why I love that guitar. I know it wasn't caught on camera, but I've played the Vela before and I considered getting one because it's just a different sound, a different feel. It's refreshing.
Yeah, I guess, that's a good place to wrap it up on. I think that's a good closing thought because you play these and like I said, I played the SE and I've played one of those before, but I know, like I said, you are the channel's enthusiast and I feel like this was your honor. And I think we're just going to wrap that up there. Yeah. Let's thank Joe from Eventide for letting us borrow his pedal board. He came in clutch.
Yes.
Also, let's thank Sweetwater for putting on GearFest 2022. We are having the time of our life. We may even buy a house here and never move back. So, yeah, that may happen. We don't know. But also, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. The most important part, use our affiliate links because that's how we make money. And we like money. And that way...
more so we have bills to pay.
Yeah, we do. And we want to do this year round.
Yeah,
so
that's the goal.
So use our affiliate link. Sweetwater has one for us. Use that to buy anything you want. and it helps us out.
It could be a pack of picks. I don't care. I appreciate the thought.
Yeah, you think of us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, with that said, awesome. Thank you. Later.
Adios.